I've been trying to consider different ways to get rotating motion out of lifting arch kite recently, and having seen the parafoil looping under a lifter kite video demonstration recently by Dave Santos and K Power, sorry, from Texas, I was considering a rail effort like this, whereby a bunch of kites would be flown around inside a circular rail like this. Now the problem is, of course, if you set imagine this like this curtain rope guide here. Your kites were mounted on that type of thing, run inside a channel here. So say that was a channel, that outer ring. You'd need a complete circle instead of, well, you maybe wouldn't, instead of having on every corner that kind of guide there. So if you had one of those guides there, one on the ground, one on the ground, you'd be performing some very tight turns for the kites, and you'd also get clumping of the web, as you can kind of see there. That's sort of scrunched up. There's a lot of excess material in that corner where it turns around, and you're also you're going to get a fair bit of wear inside this channel eventually. As that runs around, it's going to get fairly hot in there, depending on your materials. The other way I'd been considering driving the whole circle around, or driving a carriage around the circle as well. Maybe not necessarily the full circle, but it hadn't struck me before that an asymmetric kite design on top. Sorry, I've taken the panels away just now, but an asymmetric design on top, you can only see the ribs here. So like a standard monster kite, you can have panels up and down the side here, at least any standard sea kite or arch kite. If you are to pull a cart around the circle, wind obviously coming from up here, say we want to pull it around this way with a single arch, we've got tethering from up there going down to points on the arch. Instead of just round the circle like this, maybe you'd just have that set, but have some extra tethering going around to pull a cart. It's going to be very hard to pull it around the full circumference, because getting any lift to come up to this part, imagining it's running around that way, yeah, it's going to want to pull well going down here, but coming back up is going to be very difficult. So if you have a set asymmetric kite, so you've got like a fine point here bulbing out on the left hand side, a much larger left hand side excuse me, a much larger left hand side of kite area than on the right hand side. Can we impart some sort of cyclic whipping behavior so that it's the kite, as it goes round, it imparts different characteristics into the kite as it gyrates around there. The tethering changes the shape of the foil on top, the whole set on top, rather like the sort of galloping plate in the wind pictures we've seen before of single Kixel designs. If we have just an offset, sort of almost sycamore leaf sort of pattern up here with tethering around it, maybe attached to a kite on pulleys, what will the pattern be that's invoked in the kite? I'm pretty sure we can generate some energy out of a very asymmetric, very unstable, yet always lifting pattern.